Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are still preaching the word in truth and in sincerity. And Shalom to all the sincere believers, which includes the members of the hopeful elect, who are scattered amongst these other nations and look like these other nations. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this article where a lot of people on a Hawaiian island, some of the residents are frustrated with the electric company because they've been sitting in the dark for a while after they got hit with a storm, and the electric company basically hasn't restored their power. And as the headline says, it says, no longer confident. Hawaii Island residents frustrated as HECO outages linger. So through the spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says, as another Kona low rolls in, about 1,100 Hawaiian electric customers on Hawaii Island are still in the dark from last week's storm. Overnight, HECO restored about 900 customers. On Thursday, the utility said crews completed critical transmission line repairs that will harden the grid against the storm. HECO said the remaining outages are in the Leilani and Nanawale estates areas, where heavy winds toppled trees, and after a week without power, some residents are fed up. I don't feel confident any longer in Hawaiian Electric. I think they're woefully unmanned here on the Big Island, said resident Mark Cox. Said, we're sitting in the dark, and I feel like they can't even take care of the customers that they have, he added. So I'm actually considering just dumping HECO altogether and putting a full-blown solar system on our house with a backup generator. The utility said it sent additional personnel to Hawaii Island Thursday, and the company continues preparations for a new storm front that may impact the state as early as this evening. HECO said crews are working in Leilani, Nanawale, and scattered areas around the island. Maui is also facing similar power outage issues. The company said there are nearly 300 customers without electricity, and due to the current Kona low, those outages could extend into next week. So the hits just keep coming, whether it's in the form of war, storms, tempests, fires, earthquakes. It just doesn't stop. The Lord is not letting up. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And that's what Hawaii has been getting hit with quite frequently, are these storms. These storms that topple trees and cause power outages, and then it takes so long for the power to get restored, and people are getting fed up with it. But what they don't understand is that this is nowhere near as bad as things are going to get. Isaiah 28:2, behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand. And the Lord is constantly sending these destroying storms. These storms that can topple trees and snap power lines or bring down entire power poles. These storms that can tear the roofing off of buildings. Like, the Lord is really not messing around in these last days. Psalms 83:14. As the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And clearly that's what the Lord is doing. Just daily, or maybe not daily, but just frequently sending out these storms and tempests. The rain, the lightning, the hail, in some cases tornadoes and hurricanes, powerful, violent winds that cause a lot of destruction. And like those people out there are saying, they're fed up with having to wait, a week or 2 weeks for their power to get restored, especially because there's supposed to be another storm that's going to hit those islands. Second Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And that's exactly what's happening. Many great miseries are happening all over the world. The storms, the tempests, the fires, the earthquakes, the wars that are happening. Inflation, the price of everything going up. All these businesses shutting down, people getting laid off left and right. Like, it really is just one thing after another. And the main people who are going to be suffering from this are all these wicked people with whom the Lord is angry with. Because like it says in Psalm 7:11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So these many great miseries are for these wicked people. These wicked people, they have to suffer for angering the Lord, for provoking the Lord unto wrath with their continual wickedness. So, Hawaii is going to continue to get hit with storms. And there's going to continue to be fires and earthquakes and war. And there's going to continue to be shootings and stabbings. And the cost of living is going to continue to increase. The cost of rent and bills and gas and groceries and child care and everything. It's just going to continue to go up. And a lot of people, they're going to crash out because they're not going to know how to handle it. And they don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures to bring them comfort, the way that those of us of the Hope Select do, through the Spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. So because these people are not going to have any comfort, they're going to be losing their minds. A lot more people are going to unalive themselves because it's going to be too much for them. It's going to be too much stress, and they're not going to be able to handle it. And then on the other side of that, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be out in the streets, committing violence because they're so pissed off with what's happening. And they don't have any other outlet. Things are about to get a whole lot more crazy out here. And that is why those of us of the hopeful elect, we must continue to watch and remain circumspect and prayed up. We are not in a peaceful time. We are in a very tense and violent time. And we have to keep that in mind and not be surprised when violence and destruction occurs. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to other brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to other sincere believers of the hopeful elect, which once again includes the scattered Israelites who are amongst these other nations and look like these other nations. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.